Coming up in SVG-TV News and Sports at 7 p.m. IShowSpeed receives vibrant Vinci welcome during SVG Stop. Tourism Minister praises team effort behind successful hosting of international digital content creator. Region pushes against gun trafficking with two-day workshop. King Charles calls for NATO unity, Ukraine support in U.S. Congress speech. And in sports, SVG Community College cancels annual sports awards after 4 years of hosting the event. These and other stories coming up in SVG TV News and Sports at 7 p.m.
Good evening and welcome to SVG-TV News and Sports for Wednesday, April 29th, 2026. I am Twyla Thompson with the details. IShowSpeed was given a true Vinci-style welcome during his visit to St. Vincent and the Grenadines as part of his Caribbean tour. From the moment he arrived at the Argyle International Airport, the popular streamer was immersed in local culture. His journey included a stop in Stubbs, where he was treated to a finger-licking showcase of Vincentian cuisine on his way to Kingstown. The experience continued with a scenic boat ride from Blue Lagoon to Kingstown, where the excitement intensified. In the capital, IShowSpeed participated in Garifuna cultural dances, witnessed the traditional blowing of the bamboo, and engaged with a high-energy crowd. IShowSpeed was also joined by popular Vincentian soca artist Skinny Fabulous, adding to the vibrant atmosphere as the crowd was entertained. The visit, which formed part of his wider Caribbean tour, has generated significant buzz locally and online. Here is a snippet of highlights from the streamer's visit to SVG.
I'm moving every with me. With me. We never do that.
Making is way better.
Yeah. Breadfruit and saltfish.
Damn.
But next table, man, we have more things.
Here we go. This is it. Iron cannon, baby.
That's it!
The Minister of Tourism, Civil Aviation and Sustainable Development, Honorable Dr. Kishore Shallow, has described yesterday's visit of international streamer IShowSpeed to St. Vincent and the Grenadines as a significant achievement for the country's tourism sector. Speaking on the matter of the radio today, Minister Shallow explained that the visit formed part of a strategic tourism initiative aimed at showcasing the destination to a global audience. He noted that the leveraging of the popularity of the digital influencers is a modern approach to attracting potential visitors and positioning the country as a desirable travel destination.
That is the reality. His platform is global, and as I said, collectively he has over 100 million followers. And you're talking about people would have been seeing, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. This is his first time to the Caribbean. This is it's the very first time he even, getting even close to understanding what our culture is. And he would have been able to share that with his followers while he learned about our experience.
And first time a lot of persons was hearing about him as well.
Yeah. Hearing him immensely, but obviously he is major. But so all his followers would have seen, wow, this is a beautiful place. And those who naturally into his energy would be seeing Vinci Mars with that kind of energy as well. And they're thinking, wow, well, maybe this is a place we could actually explore in the future.
Right.
Dr. Shallow further highlighted that the initiative was also designed to boost interest in the nation's culture, especially with Vinci Mas approaching. He expressed optimism that the increased online attention will translate into a higher search activity and ultimately more visitors for the upcoming carnival season.
Getting people to want to travel to St. Vincent, or even resorts in Vincent. We saw that when he went to Trinidad and Tobago for the first time, and that was his first stop. Within a few hours, the search on Google for Trinidad and Tobago went up, right? It was millions of search. We expect the same thing, that today people are going to go on resorts in Vincent again. People are going to go on resort Vinci Mas, Bamboo Blowing, and these different things. And that is why. So again, overall, a major success for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I can't thank the people enough for supporting the initiative.
The visit marks a growing trend of integrating digital media into tourism marketing strategies as the country seeks to expand its reach and strengthen its presence on the global stage. Dr. Shallow pointed out that the successful hosting of IShowSpeed was the result of days of planning and several sleepless nights. However, he expressed confidence that the country received full value for the time invested and the efforts that went into hosting the global digital content creator. He also pointed out that it was a team effort, and he gave recognition to the work of Gamal, Skinny Fabulous, Doyle, and Rodney Small, who led the production. The International Monetary Fund, IMF, says the growth outlook for St. Vincent and the Grenadines is expected to decelerate further in 2026 to 2027, largely due to higher oil prices. Wrapping up their week of consultations in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, IMF Mission Chief Sergei Antoshin said at a press conference yesterday that the war in the Middle East has worsened debt distress that SVG has faced since 2016.
Term. Inflation is projected to rise sharply because of the war-related commodity price shocks to 2.9% by end 2026, but thereafter stabilize at 2%. External balances remain large. The current account deficit widened to 20% of GDP in 2025, mainly driven by construction-related imports and increased profit repatriation by hotels, despite strong growth in tourism. The current account deficit is projected to remain high in the medium term.
The IMF mission chief also noted the rapid expansion of credit unions in SVG, while stating that bank credit growth to households and micro-enterprises has remained insufficient. He further recommended that the government expenditure measures should focus on streamlining spending while protecting vulnerable groups, especially in the context of ongoing oil price shocks.
The public wage bill is high, based on the country's own historical record and international comparisons, and could be reduced through natural attrition and wage moderation. Social support programs need to protect the vulnerable, but digitalization of assistance could help better identify and target beneficiaries and limit leakage. Staff supports the authorities' plan to review investment policies and to strengthen public investment management. Key priorities would be critical infrastructure and investment in resilience to natural disasters. Public investments in marketable assets can have distortionary economic effects and are discouraged. Reforms also needed to strengthen the public investment management framework.
Speaking before the IMF Chief of Mission presented his report, Prime Minister the Honorable Dr. Godwin Friday said his government remains committed to addressing all matters in a transparent manner. He added that this commitment will also include ongoing engagement with the public.
For us, it's a matter of dealing with situations as they are, not as we would like them to be, necessarily. Confronting challenges that we know we are capable of doing, but doing so in an honest and pragmatic way to ensure that we do what is best for the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We have undertaken an obligation, a task that we have given, a commitment to the people of this country that we will be transparent, that we will be serious and professional in the way we address the issues that confront the country, but most of all, that we will take the people into our confidence with every major decision that we have to make, challenges that we encounter, and whenever there is good news, of course, we'll be the first to say.
Several recommendations were made by the IMF, included on VAT, the Citizen by Investment CBI program, and the National Development Bank. The opposition leader Dr. Ralph Gonsalves, speaking on radio, delivered a strong critique of the ruling New Democratic Party NDP administration, arguing that its flagship campaign promises have been effectively rejected by the International Monetary Fund, IMF. Among the key issues he highlighted was the proposed Citizen by Investment CBI program. Gonsalves said that while the NDP promoted the initiative as a major revenue generator, the IMF has warned it would likely yield only modest financial returns, while posing significant risks, including concerns raised by international partners.
Well, I've told you that the risks, both in principle and practicality, that is a bad idea. But they tell you it could only increase the fiscal revenue modestly, not by much.
Dr. Gonsalves also referenced the proposed National Development Bank, stating that the IMF did not support its establishment due to high risk and the mixed performance of similar institutions in the region. Instead, he argued the greater focus should be placed on strengthening existing financial institutions.
The idea of a development bank is old hat. Is yesterday's proposition in the light of the financial institutions which have grown up, including in the Eastern Caribbean Currency Union, like the partial credit guarantee system and like the secondary mortgage market bank. The banks and credit unions in St. Vincent and Grenadines are awash with cash. They want to lend people more money for build houses. That's their bread and butter. You don't need another institution for that. Friday in his budget speech said that they would create at the National Development Bank, a National Housing and Resilience Fund in the bank. They don't want to build any house for poor people, you know. But at what interest rate?
Dr. Gonsalves urged citizens to carefully consider the direction of national policy, maintaining that the ULP's approach offers a more balanced path focused on growth and protecting vulnerable groups. Vincentian overseas-based national fined for attempting to export cannabis at Argyle International Airport. This and other stories coming up when we return with more local news. Stay with us.
Welcome to SeaStar.
Welcome to the upgraded SeaStar Limited,
where we offer to almost all your household items.
They've expanded their range to sofas, dining and patio sets, beds and mattresses, wardrobes, kitchen cabinets, office furniture. That's just a few from the luxurious collection. Not forgetting their signature quality windows, doors, rails, and bathroom enclosures. Journey on up to SeaStar, where the friendly sales clerk is happy to assist. SeaStar Limited, where quality meets style.
A funeral service should be one that you can be proud of. One that leaves lasting memories of your loved ones. And that's where you need the New Haven Funeral Home. We are proud of the quality and class we have brought to the industry. We are proud for having trained the very first certified embalmers in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We are proud of leading the way in terms of live streaming of funerals online so that your family members overseas could also be part of the celebration of life. We are constantly improving our services. We are driven by customer satisfaction, and we are proud of all that we do.
New Haven Funeral Home.
Bowman's Pharmacy, why choose us? We have all the prescriptions and over-the-counter medications, personal care products, lowest price guaranteed. Located conveniently next to the Bank of SVG on Grenville Street. Opening hours Monday to Thursday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Email us bowmanpharmacy@yahoo.com. Call us today at 456-2235 or 593-3918. Bowman's Pharmacy, easy to find and ready to serve you.
Singer is a family store. We sell everything you need for your kitchen and more. Top brands and appliances.
TVs, fridges, cookers.
We make your life so easy.
Just come in and see us. A wide range of furniture.
Right here at Singer.
Affordable beds and mattresses.
Right here at Singer. Washing machines to make your laundry clean and fresh. Singer is a family store
that gives you the best hire purchase deals.
Right here at Singer.
We'll outfit your home.
Right here at Singer. The #1 family store.
It's us with Singer.
More jackpot money, more reasons to play this game. More money for way. Super 6 a bigger jackpot game.
$339,000. That's the Super 6 jackpot for Saturday, May 2nd. It's $339,000.
More jackpot money, more reasons to play this game. More money for way. Super 6 a bigger jackpot game.
Welcome back. 70-year-old Kelroy Edwards of Vincentian National resided in Amsterdam was fined $770 when he appeared before the Serious Offences Court on cannabis-related charges on Monday. Edwards was at the Argyle International Airport preparing to board a Virgin Atlantic flight to the UK on Sunday when he was intercepted with 4.37 pounds of cannabis. The former Barely resident, who performs internationally as a panist, was charged with possession of 4.37 pounds of cannabis with intent to supply, possession for the purpose of drug trafficking, and attempting to export the drug. He pleaded guilty to all 3 charges. In mitigation, Edwards' lawyer, Grant Connell, told the court his client pleaded guilty at the first opportunity and was remorseful. He added that Edwards had been away from the country for a long time and was not fully aware of the recent changes to the cannabis laws, noting that the drugs had an estimated street value of $1,200. Connell requested a non-custodial sentence. Prosecutor Inspector of Police Renrick Cato did not oppose the request. Chief Magistrate Colin John fined Edwards $500 forthwith on the drug trafficking charge, with an alternative sentence of 3 months in prison. On the charge of attempting to export the drug, he was fined $270, also to be paid forthwith, or face 3 months in prison. On the charge of possession with intent to supply, Edwards was reprimanded and discharged. He paid the fines and was released from police custody. The importance of mental health and physical health of staff at St. Vincent and the Grenadines Electricity Services, VINLEC, has come into focus as the utility company observes Environmental Health and Safety Month. Chief Executive Officer Dr. Vaughn Lewis reminded staff of the nature of their job, especially in the field where they deal directly with electricity. He said the theme, unmute, unblock, unwind, is both timely and necessary.
In closing, as CEO, I want to make it clear that safety must remain our highest priority. No job is so urgent that it cannot be done safely, and no customer expectation is more important than the life and health of any employee. Let the Safety Month not be merely a series of activities. Let it be a reset. Let it strengthen us. Let it remind us that every employee has a voice, every hazard must be taken seriously, and every person must return home safely at the end of a day.
Chairman of VINLEX's Board of Directors, Julian Ferdinand, pointed out the need to always adhere to safety protocols and measures in place at the company.
Sometimes persons who are experienced and sometimes persons who are highly qualified will also be tempted to take a shortcut and to take a risk. I am saying to us that we have to avoid that temptation. Follow the policies and the principles that are set down for best practice. That's why they're there. And I want to also suggest to us that even though we may not be as qualified or experienced as somebody who's doing a task, but they're doing it wrong or trying a shortcut, we have a responsibility to intercept with intent.
With a focus on mental health, guest speaker Dr. Idelia Ferdinand explained why the brain is the most important tool and emphasized the need for the staff to take proper care of their mental well-being.
Yes, your mindset is at core of everything you do. Your mind is what pays attention. It's what makes decisions. It's what helps you to react in seconds in a life or death situation. But when your mind is stressed, tired, distracted, what can happen? Functions are impaired, accidents happen, lives can be lost, mistakes are made. Mistakes are made. And in your line of work, that matters. The seconds that it takes to react matters. So the brain helps you to pay attention, make decisions, and have quick reaction times.
A number of activities are planned for the month of May in observance of Environmental Health and Safety Month. The Ministry of Tourism, Civil Aviation and Sustainable Development will host the 2026 National Tourism Youth Conference tomorrow, Thursday, April 30th at 9:30 a.m. at the NIS Conference Room. The event, part of the Caribbean Tourism Organization's SOTIC program, provides students with a platform to act as tourism policymakers and present solutions for the industry's development. 8 secondary school students will compete with the winner named Junior Minister of Tourism and set to represent St. Vincent and the Grenadines at the Regional Tourism Youth Congress in Guyana. The region pushes against gun trafficking with 2-day workshop. This from the region when we return. Stay with us.
The Ever-Ready Funeral Home at French's is your friend in times of grief. With over 40 years' experience, they are prepared to take care of all your funeral arrangements. Embalming, lowering device service, grave mattresses, carpeting, vaults, tombs and wreaths. Arrangements for television obituaries. Cremation is available upon request. Ever-Ready Funeral Home offers the finest in caskets and coffins, local and imported. So, in your time of need, call Ever-Ready Funeral Home at any time. 456-1494, Ever-Ready Funeral Home, offering service above self.
Courts is giving you the chance to experience the Caribbean's premier music and arts event, the St. Lucia Jazz and Arts Festival. Every Courts purchase of $2,999 or more from now to April 23rd gives you a chance to win an all-expenses-paid trip for two to enjoy the music, the flair, and to create unforgettable memories for you and your guests. Don't miss this opportunity. Shop today only at Courts, bringing value home. Conditions apply.
Quality products,
quality care, low prices, great customer service, all at QCare Pharmacy. QCare leads the way, providing all your pharmaceutical needs, a variety of personal care products, and so much more. Located on Halifax Street. Telephone number 451-2690. QCare Pharmacy, where the Q stands for quality.
I may not like you.
You may not agree with me.
We may not believe the same things.
But that does not mean I have to hate
or discriminate.
Spread love, not hate.
A message from Equal Rights, Access and Opportunities, SVG Inc.
On Tuesday, May 5th, you can help realize your dreams with a lotto jackpot of $66,000. Your dream vacation, a university degree, that new ride, your new house can all suddenly be within your reach. What a little lotto can do. It's a lotto jackpot of $66,000 on Tuesday, May 5th. You have to be in it to win it.
Welcome back. More than 70 law enforcement officials from across the Caribbean are in Trinidad and Tobago this week as regional and international partners step up efforts to tackle the growing threat of illegal firearms. We hear more in this report.
The two-day workshop in Port of Spain brings together representatives from 11 countries and U.S. agencies to boost intelligence sharing and counter regional trafficking networks. Commissioner of Police Alistair Guevara said the scale of the problem remains a major concern for Trinidad and Tobago and the wider Caribbean.
Gun violence, not only in Trinidad but in the Caribbean, is a serious problem. We have actually, our statistical data for the past 10 years shows about 8,500 firearms being recovered from the streets of Trinidad and Tobago, and you could actually tell that every single year we recover over 600 firearms. Last year it was 676.
Commissioner Guevara said the scale of the problem highlights the need for coordinated action as criminal networks continue to evolve and exploit regional weaknesses. Director of the International Law Enforcement Academy in San Salvador, Dimas Jaén, added that no single country can tackle the issue alone.
Across the Caribbean, small arms trafficking, proliferation of small arms continues to be a major issue for our international partners. It's one that is certainly not going away, I think, and it's an issue that it can't be addressed locally. It's an issue that needs to be addressed and can only be addressed really through building the types of coalitions that the ILEA program builds amongst our international partners.
The workshop also examines emerging trafficking trends, investigative tools, and shared intelligence systems as authorities work to strengthen a coordinated regional response.
The international news is coming up next. Stay with us.
Nothing can stop me now. Can't hold me back. Feeling so hot right now. Can't hold me back. Can't hold me back. And I know who I am, and I know who you are. I wanna drink you in right now. I cool for life. Drink it in, drink it in. I cool me down right. Drink it in, any way you like. Drink it in, drink it in. I cool for life. I cool for life.
More jackpot money, more reasons to play this game. More money for way. Super 6 a bigger jackpot game.
$339,000. That's the Super 6 jackpot for Saturday, May 2nd. It's $339,000.
More jackpot money, more reasons to play this game. More money for way. Super 6 a bigger jackpot game.
Tourism has many benefits to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. It creates growth
and a boost in economic activities, infrastructure development, job creation, entrepreneurship, and is a source of foreign exchange earnings. Supermarkets and vendors, bars, restaurants, taxis, tour guides, hotels, service providers, and many more all benefit directly from income gained through the tourism industry. Taxes collected from visitors to our country help St. Vincent's economy and its growth. Tourism is everyone's business. Live it, love it, embrace it.
Tourism is everyone's business. Yeah. Live it, love it, embrace it.
Since 2012, we have provided reliable, professional dialysis services in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We are now proud to offer you new solutions for your health problems. Each new solution is being delivered to you with the same high degree of care and professionalism. We also use the best technology in the delivery of our services. So, does your doctor need a precise view of what's happening inside your body? Let us perform an ultrasound for you. Ladies, if it's your breasts, then choose our mammography service. For all issues related to men and women's health at any stage in your life, our team can perform the necessary investigations to put your mind at ease and recommend solutions for your problems. If it's to see within your chest or check for broken bones and fractures, then use our state-of-the-art U-Arm X-ray service. For you aging men and women, we can now check your bone density, which will reduce any complications that may arise with overall bone health, osteoporosis, or arthritis. Health Solutions will provide answers and results in a timely, accurate manner in the most comfortable environment, while you are taken care of by well-trained and experienced staff. Please call us today at 451-2836 or 434-3170, or visit us online at healthsolutionssvg.com. You can also follow us on Facebook or Instagram. Health Solutions, where we are providing solutions in SVG with care.
Welcome back. On the international scene, Britain's King Charles III has used a speech in front of the United States Congress to pledge NATO unity and call for support for Ukraine amid Russia's ongoing invasion. The address on Tuesday came during the royals' 4-day visit to the U.S. With the U.S.-Israel war with Iran, U.S. President Donald Trump's criticism of NATO and trade tensions between the longtime allies looming large. We hear more in this report.
This is the most pomp and circumstance the White House can provide a visiting head of state. Troops, bands, even a military flyover. Another opportunity for King Charles III to try and smooth over an increasingly tense relationship between U.S. President Donald Trump, who has expressed anger with British Prime Minister Keir Starmer over his actions during the Iran war. When it came time for the King's address to a joint meeting of Congress, his words became a little more pointed, highlighting areas which could be read as a disagreement with the president.
Our Declaration of Rights of 1689 was not only the foundation of our constitutional monarchy, but also provided the source of so many of the principles reiterated, often verbatim, in the American Bill of Rights of 1791. And those roots go even further back in history. The U.S. Supreme Court Historical Society has calculated that Magna Carta is cited in at least 160 Supreme Court cases since 1789, not least as the foundation of the principle that executive power is subject to checks and balances.
Members from both parties stood in a show of support for checks and balances, which critics have said Republicans in charge of Congress are often ignoring. There were several other topics that received a standing ovation: the importance of the U.S.-UK relationship, fighting climate change, supporting Ukraine, and maintaining interfaith relationships. And also when the King reminded Congress of NATO support for the U.S. after the 9/11 attacks.
We answered the call together, as our people have done so for more than a century, shoulder to shoulder through 2 world wars, the Cold War, Afghanistan, and moments that have defined our shared security.
a potential response to the U.S. president claiming falsely that NATO troops stayed back from the front lines in Afghanistan. This visit is being seen as a chance for the UK to reset its relationship with the U.S. president. At the same time, the king repeatedly reminding members of Congress that theirs is an alliance measured over centuries, not years.
That's the news, and sports is just ahead with Triska Campbell. But before that, let's take a look at the local weather forecast.
The weather report sponsored by General Hardware.
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentians for years with their high prices. They came General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices. Then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
Present conditions, partly cloudy and slightly hazy. Winds northeast at 13 kilometers per hour. Temperature 27.0 degrees Celsius. Relative humidity 76%. The barometric pressure 11.2 millibars, 24-hour rainfall nil. Today's maximum temperature 30.4 degrees Celsius. Today's minimum temperature 24.1 degrees Celsius. Sunset 6:19 p.m. and sunrise will be at 5:44 a.m. The forecast: fair, partly cloudy with isolated showers. And the synopsis: no significant feature across our islands.
The weather report was sponsored by General Hardware.
Good evening and welcome to the Evening Sports. I'm Triska Campbell. We hear that the 2026 St. Vincent and the Grenadines Community College Sports Department's annual Sports Awards ceremony has been cancelled. The event, which was held over the past 4 years, rewarded outstanding performances of student athletes from the institution as well as various external entities. According to a release from the college, the event will be replaced by a more inclusive awards ceremony as part of the college's new approach to recognize both faculty and student excellence across a range of areas spanning academics and sports. The release says the SVG-CC Sports Department extended its gratitude to all stakeholders who contributed to the tremendous success of the annual Sports Awards over the past 4 years. The SVG-CC Sports Department also expressed its deepest appreciation to all athletes who over the past 7 months gave their best to represent their divisions, the SVG-CC, their respective entities, and our country in the various sporting disciplines. In netball, action in the BOSVG National Netball Competition continued last evening at the Kingstone Netball Center in New Montrose. The first game of the evening saw S&D Success Netters demolish Bishop's College Kingstone 42-8 in the Vitamalt Youth Development Division. The second game was a nail-biter that ended with Sandhill Netball Team 1 edging out DHL Meteors 48-47 in a Division 1 competition. No games will be played today as it is a rest day. Spring Super Sixers recorded back-to-back victories in the F15 Softball Cricket Championships at the Richmond Hill playing field last weekend. Spring Super Sixers beat East Kingstone by 22 runs in their first match affected by rain, which was reduced to 5 overs a side. The scores: Spring Super Sixers 49 for 2 off 5 overs and East Kingstone 27 for 4 off 5 overs. Spring Super Sixers in their second match that was also affected by rain defeated Kentish Jacobs Maraqua Club by 55 runs in a match reduced to 10 overs a side. The scores: Spring Super Sixers 116 for 4 of 10 overs, and Kansas Jacobs Mariaqua Club 61 of 9.3 overs. In the other weekend results, Country Meets Town Out of Trouble secured a 7-wicket victory over Valley Boys. The scores: Valley Boys 70 for 9 of 15 overs, and Country Meets Town Out of Trouble 75 for 3 of 8.2 overs. And Fairburn United won by 43 runs over Dr. Thomas Injectors. The scores: Fairburn United 111 for 9 of 15 overs, and Dr. Thomas Injectors 68 of 13.3 overs. That's how we end sports this evening. I'm Triska Campbell. We'll be right back to wrap things up.
On Tuesday, May 5th, you can help realize your dreams with a lotto jackpot of $66,000. Your dream vacation, a university degree, that new ride, your new house can all suddenly be within your reach. What a little lotto can do. It's a lotto jackpot of $66,000 on Tuesday, May 5th. You have to be in it to win it.
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentians for years with their high prices. They came General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices. Then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
Welcome back. Now for a second look at the headlines. IShowSpeed receives vibrant Vinci welcome during SVG stop. Tourism Minister praises team effort behind successful hosting of international digital content creator. Region pushes against gun trafficking with 2-day workshop. King Charles calls for NATO unity. Ukraine support in U.S. Congress speech. And in sports, SVG Community College cancels annual sports award after 4 years of hosting the event. Now for a recap of the local weather forecast. The forecast: fair, partly cloudy with isolated showers. On behalf of all of us here at SVG-TV, thanks for viewing. I am Twyla Thompson, inviting you to visit our Facebook page for a recap of the news and daily headlines. Also, check out SVG-TV's News in 15 weekdays at 12:45 p.m. Again, thanks for viewing and enjoy the rest of your evening.
SVG's Heart and Soul. Magic 103.7, 91.5. Today's music, yesterday's hits.
24 karat magic in the